Hey everybody, Gary Fonan here for Photoreceptorcell. Welcome back, guys. In today's how-to guide, I'm working in Lightroom. I haven't done something in Lightroom or any guides in Lightroom for some time, so I thought it was about time that I brought a Lightroom tutorial back to the channel, just to create something a little bit different. And in this tutorial, or in this guide, I'm going to show you how to create a cool border within Lightroom and then turn it into a template so you can use it time and time again to showcase, or to better showcase your work. So here we are in Lightroom. I've already chosen the photo that I'm going to use for the purposes of this tutorial, and if you come up to the top right hand corner of the screen, you'll notice that you have your standard modules, so the library, develop, map, book, site, slideshow, print and web. We're going to work in the print module. Now, we're going to begin in the layout style drop down, and we're going to make sure we've got single image contact sheet selected. From there, we come down to the print job drop down, and this is where we're going to set the image size and shape. So in the print to section, which is just here, we're going to choose JPEG file, and just for ease of sizing in this, we're going to set the PPI, so this area here, the file resolution, we're going to just set that to 100. Come down to the custom file dimensions. Now, I think what we'll do is we will make this a square image. Let's make this square. Let's assume that we're going to showcase this particular photo on Instagram, that whilst does now allow you to have both portrait and landscape orientations. I find that the platform still favors the square image look. So file dimension, let's change that to 12 by 12. It's working in inches here. And that gives us basically the 12 inches is 1200 pixels, so it's going to give us a dimension of 1200 by 1200. So let's move on to the next step. If we take ourselves back up to image settings, we want to check the zoom fill. So let's select that. Now, straight away, it's adjusted the image to fit the square fill. But what we don't want, the composition on that is dreadful. So if we just move the cursor over, as I've already done, you see the little hand appear, and then we're just going to drag and drop the photo to suit. So in this case, I'm going to leave mine there. If we move back over to layout, and we're going to tick the keep square box. So once we've done that, the next stage is to set the margins. Now, to create the border around the photo, we're going to need to use the margins slider. So again, within the layout drop down, come up to the margins. Because we're going to use this to showcase, or as a presentation piece to showcase our work, we're going to add in a logo in a short while. So the left, the top and the right need to be the same dimensions, and we'll make the bottom slightly larger to allow us to put the our logo in there. So if we just set left, right and top to 1 inch. Entirely up to you what dimensions you use. I'm only using 1 inch for just purely for the purposes of this tutorial. And what we're going to do is going to set the bottom to 2 inches. So put 2 in there. Now, because we selected the keep square box, that's basically going to force the photo to be 9 by 9 inches. Now that we've set our margins, let's move on to create our border details. So in the image settings, so we're back up here again, we want to turn on the stroke border. Turn it on just by clicking in the box. And then we use the slider to set the width of the border. It's set as 1. You can see this black line around the outside of the box. You can set your color or your shade to whatever you like. I will keep it black. And to be fair, I actually quite like it as at 1. I don't think I need, in this particular shot, I need to take it any broader than that, really. It adds a subtle element that separates the picture from the border, and that's really what I'm after. So I'm going to leave mine at 1, and then from here what we're going to move on to adding a logo. So if we come down to the page, so come down to the page panel, turn on the identity plate. So straight away my name pops up there. Because we're doing this tutorial for photoreceptorcell, I think it's probably more fitting that we add their logo. So let's use a graphical identity plate instead. So let me locate the file. So once you've got the logo in, hit OK. Obviously that's huge, so I can scale that down using the scale button. With some things, subtlety is key. I'm not too worried about the white borders here because I'm putting it on a white backdrop. They will blend in quite nicely. Let me just drag and drop that to where I would like. Now, using my eye, I think that's about center. So yeah, happy with that. You just click outside of that, and it takes away the box on the outside and positions it nicely. So now just the final touch is to finish the template, is to return back down here to the print job drop down, and then print sharpening, change that to standard and keep media type as glossy. Under your color management, the profile you want to keep as sRGB, and perceptual, make sure the quality is all the way up to 100, and that basically just ensures the absolute best quality from your print. And then we're ready to print to file. By hitting print to file, we are saying we're happy with what we got here, and we want to save it. Right, okay, so you call it whatever you like. In this case, I'm going to call it this PRC photoreceptorcell Instagram border. Save that. Now, to save yourself time, the next time you want to do this, we're going to move over to the left hand side of our screens here, and we're going to look under the template browser. We're going to click on the plus sign here, and we're going to save this as a template, which enables us then to reuse the same look over and over again to save us having to go through all that process. It's a very, very quick process, but time is key, and if we can do things quicker, then why not? So template name, again, I'm just going to call it PRC Instagram border, and user templates, yeah, why not? Create, and then there we go. Lightroom have their own templates here, which you can see as I quickly hover over the templates. You can see the changing, and then we can also create our own, which is what we've done now. There we go, guys. That is how to create a pretty cool border within Lightroom itself, and to save it as a template, which so you can use it time and again without having to go through that entire process. I hope you found this guide, this tutorial useful. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you feel that I've missed something or you're uncertain of something, leave a comment. We'll always get back to you. And guys, I shall catch you next time.